Hello and welcome to 7 F 5 Hours Weekly Instagram Live. I'm Stephanie Jennifer and I'll be joined today by Debbie New. Susan Yeo won't be joining us today due to personal reasons, but to give us some time to set up and get everything prepared in terms of our technical side, technical abilities. It's currently 2:45 p.m. in Singapore. And this month we'll be focusing on the FYC 2022 challenge. So hello everyone who's joining us live. If you'd like to tango along with us, to get a tile and a pen ready. Yeah. Hi Debbie.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, just trying to get my camera to sort of switch over.
Oops. Always an adventure, technical issues.
Oh no. No.
Hello. Hello.
Goodness me. Yeah, when like the first.
Oh, hello, Debbie. Can't hear you now. There we
Yeah.
go. Now I can
Okay.
hear you.
Yeah, like the
Yeah.
first live show always has to be a problem.
Yes.
Yeah.
So as I was telling everyone, this month we'll be focusing on the Fragment of Your Imagination challenge for the 2022, for year 2022. Last year, Debbie hosted the challenge, so please don't download the wrong handout. Yeah,
Well, it's okay if you download the wrong handout.
yeah,
Someone is
yeah, I
doing
guess
2021 as well as 2022.
that
I
sounds fun.
yeah, I have a lot of things on my table today.
I can see.
Yeah.
So, like I mentioned, Susan won't be joining us today for personal reasons. But I'll let Debbie just talk you through some things that she has on her table.
Maybe she'll join us later. I'm
Maybe
hopeful.
she'll join us. Maybe. Yeah, so just Debbie will bring us through some of the things on her table and then we'll get to tangling together. Yeah, Debbie, on to you.
Yep. So I just thought that I should share a little bit about the current challenge that we're running. Can you see my primer? So this is the Zentangle primer. So this is volume one. So basically, when this book came out, let me see when it came out. Actually, when it came out, we were already CZTs, right, Steph? I think yeah. So it says here that the book came out in 2016. So it feels like it came out much later than that though. But what I'm trying to say is that when we went to get certified, we didn't actually know what reticular and fragments were about. So I'm just trying to hold it so you can see. So um, the main idea behind reticular and fragments are actually how you create patterns using little elements of patterns. So like in the book, it actually shows you how to sort of create your own fragment or refer to their fragments. So they have like a legend for square fragments and then triangular fragments. And I think you can see the circular ones as well. So Zentangle HQ published this book in 2016. It's like, rotating the fragments on a grid called reticular. So you can actually rotate them different ways and create different kinds of reticular. And the idea is that you start to form different patterns just using little bitty fragments. So again, that is the primer volume one. You can order this from Amazon, or I think Zentangle.com carries it perpetually. Not so sure about Amazon though, but I've had students who said that they bought it online. But I actually remember Rick and Maria saying that they won't go onto Amazon, right, Steph? Or something like that. Hello?
Sorry, I'm muted. That's why the
Oh,
controls are fiddly. Yeah, but
why
yeah,
do you
yeah.
have to mute yourself? You're the only one at
I'm
studio today.
typing things. I don't want it to be like tiki taka.
Oh,
Yeah,
maybe you
yeah.
should
Go
not
on.
unmute then, because you
Okay.
always forget.
No, I
Okay,
don't
so
forget. Like it's just I need time to like get to the controls.
I'm not sure whether you can see my huge folder here. So I have a folder for like handouts that we create for our classes. We're quite serious about handouts, basically. So this is my last year's Fragment of Imagination handout. If you like, you can actually go Google it and then it still will come out because we haven't removed anything. So let me get to the page that I want to show you. Yeah, so I printed my handout and I basically want to sort of bring you through to the back. So you have all the fragments in different weeks of January. And of course an introduction as to who we are and the sort of the things that we do. And there are pages at the back. It's kind of glossy, so I'm not sure if you can see me, but I'll kind of like shift it. So there are pages at the back, I was saying, that actually contain a series of different kinds of strings contributed by Stephanie, by Susan, and by myself. So these are all hand-drawn and digitized or digitalized for your use. So you can actually print them on good quality watercolor paper or artist grade paper and sort of do your FYIC challenge on them, or sort of like, well, this one would make a very nice card. So at some point I might print on the watercolor paper and create my own cards as well. As long as it's free and, well, personal use and non-commercial, we don't mind you sharing with anyone. So after the original handout was released, Zentangle Inc. actually released Pangaea and Murph. So Pangaea and Murph is actually a separate annex. So there's an annex one. So you have the main download, and then there's an annex one. And Pangaea and Murph are actually the latest tangles from Zentangle Inc. And I included them because I thought that Pangaea would make a lovely reticula, and also a couple of strings featuring Pangaea. So that's the additional download. And of course, if you happen to feel like you want to support us or you support our contributions to the community, you can also donate via our Ko-fi links. So if you go back to our main handout where, let me just shift it a little bit. Yeah, so if you go back to this page, you'll find a set of buttons on the bottom on the PDF handout. Of course, this is a paper handout. No matter how you click it, you can't connect. But if you click on the PDF, it will take you to all our links. And you can donate through our Ko-fi, and there will be, you will unlock another annex. So you will get Annex 2 of the FYIC, which is a 5-tile project. I think Steph might have hers with her,
Yeah.
and she might want to show it to you later. But so I have like a bunch of like working sheets where, well, this is proof to you that we actually hand draw our fragments. Right, Steph? Yeah, so
Yeah.
just kidding. I mean, we actually put in a lot of effort into our challenges because we see it as a way to unite the community and to sort of like show our gratitude and invite everyone to sort of like live mindfully and intentionally with us as we go through January and October. October is the Inktober Tangles month, and then January is the FYIC month. So basically, yeah, I'm the weird person who is going around stalking your stream for FYIC and leaving weird comments. So that is me. And I happen to run the 7F5R group as well because I realized that some people didn't recognize my Instagram handle and sort of like have two different conversations over the same piece at different times. Yeah.
Who's this
So
person?
yeah. Like who's this weirdo? You know, like every time I post FYC, I get this weirdo. Yeah, so that's me. Yeah, the weirdo is me. Okay. So don't worry, I won't I won't stalk you forever. It's just FYC.
It's just for January, so.
Yeah. So I have a couple of other pieces now on my desk. So I've actually shown you the handouts, actually talked you through the primer as well. Please buy the book. It's very informative, and also it contains other things, not just the primers. I'm sorry, not just the fragments. So I have this quad 5 tile that is a very ambitious project because I managed to sort of plan like 30 or maybe 40 over sort of little niches for where my fragments would go. And as you can see, I've actually added, I'm going to hold it up a little bit. Oh, okay. Yeah. So I've actually added Zack as well as Poke Leaf, which are yesterday and today's fragments. And then I made a mistake. But I'm not going to tell you where my mistake is so that you sort of like don't point it out, right? Or maybe you want to
Yeah,
get
good.
back at me for stalking your art. Anyway, I'm
Sure.
putting that aside. So I have two pieces with me because I can't exactly decide. Well, I'm not sure which one I'll use today, but I'll use one of them. So these are different papers. I think this one, the larger one is Strathmore Vision. So this is actually student grade, right, Steph?
Yeah.
Student grade, yeah, student grade paper. So it's like a very high quality for student grade actually. It's very sturdy. It hasn't warped even though I'm using watercolors. And I actually use many layers of watercolors. So actually it's actually quite good in terms of not warping, and also you can see that the integrity of the paper is very good for student grade paper. And if you are on a budget, this might work well if you're cutting your own tiles or if you're making gift cards. And then of course I have another piece. This is both are Lily's Gang magicals. I'll probably tag them in the post later. So we are in partnership with Lily's Gang. We sort of promote their products for them because we enjoy working with their products very much. And then we sort of, over the years, we have contacted them a few times and we have a very good relationship with them. This is also Lily's Gang. I can't remember what it's called though. I mean, the blue. I think there is, I'm not sure if you can see when I'm holding it up. There are two kinds of shimmer in the blue. So I think I might have mixed it with something else because there's gold shimmer as well as silver shimmer. And it's actually a lot of mica in the paper. So this actually is Fabriano Medio Invalis paper, and then it became this size. Um, I think this is postcard size, so A6. And then this one is much bigger, this A5. So A5, A6, or rather slightly smaller than A5, I guess. That's Steph. What do you think?
Postcard,
Yeah.
not quite.
Yeah, because this is definitely A6. And then this one is slightly, yeah. So you know how it goes, right? A6 is kind of half of A5 and A5 is half of A4 or something like that. So that's how we kind of remember the paper sizes. Of course, it's different wherever you are located, I suppose. So I'm going to use one of either of these for today. I haven't decided yet. And I think, Steph, you want to tell them what you're doing with your tile because I think you're zoomed on ahead.
Where's my
Or
tile?
maybe
Here's my
maybe
tile.
maybe you should show them the Phi project.
I need to get it. I have slightly disassembled it. Wait, hold on.
No.
Hold on. I'll be back.
Yeah, so actually Susan was planning on joining us, but because she well, you know how mothers are very busy during the toddler years and stuff, and then Isaac took his nap a few hours earlier and then has probably woken up hungry. So at the very last moment, she can't make it. Yeah. So, and
Okay.
it's interesting because we're going to talk about Zack today, which is actually Isaac's candle.
Okay. I'm back. Here
Hi,
it
Steph.
is.
I don't see
Hi.
anything though. Oh,
you
yeah,
see
okay, now I
anything?
see it. Yeah, because I
Yeah.
think my iPad is lagging.
So here it is.
I have to watch on my iPad, and then you are actually watching this on my phone.
I took this tile out. So it's meant to be glued down and like stable inside this. But I think the glue worn off a little. So it's meant to be you're meant to be able to flip through it. So you can see some of
Yeah.
the tiles are not really stable. So which is good thing, because then I can just take out the tiles and then sort of draw on them individually, and then
Well,
once
you
I'm
can
done I
always
can
rejig it.
reinforce. Yeah, so I took this
Yeah.
tile out and then I'm sort of
The idea is that your 5 tile box becomes like a
mm,
journal cover that you can also decorate, and then it creates a little 5 size journal. I think hers came apart because I kind of manhandled it before I passed it to her because
and
I
I'm
was
not the
trying to
most
get
gentle
photos.
person.
Yeah, but because I think also it's been a bit damp, so I think the glue has not dried properly because it's very humid here in Singapore.
Yeah,
We're in a rainy season, so
yeah,
I
man.
think it's also because of that that the glue is not like perfect. But you can always set it up and then tweak it again, and of
Mm.
course reinforce it a little later. And the idea is that you sort of create a little pouch to hold your 5 tiles, um, like a little
Booklet.
palm size. Would you call it palm size though?
My palm not that big.
Oh, okay, 5 size.
5 size. Yeah,
Yeah, five
so it's
size.
quite fun.
Well, in the tutorial that you get, you actually have the option to make it thicker or thinner, depending on you.
Can I
This
make it
one
thicker
holds
lah? Thicker how to thick? How to close?
this. Oh, you can actually fold it down to fit actually. This one
Yeah,
is just right for
nice.
31 tiles, but you can actually scale down if you like. Yeah. So Steph, what string are we
Mm.
using today?
There, it's on screen. So
Yeah, so you
this
talk
is
about it, please.
it's not my I don't talk. You talk no lah, just kidding. No, this is actually not so Susan Yeo. So if this is the first Instagram live that you're watching, Susan Yeo can be found at susanyeo.czt. She's not joining us today due to personal reasons, but she came up with a bunch of strings that are going to be plugged into the 7F5R challenge Facebook group across the year for the bi-weekly challenges. So someone asked
Fortnightly.
earlier, yeah. So
It's
someone
not
asked,
bi-weekly, Steph. Bi-weekly means
oh,
twice a week.
no, it also means once every 2 weeks.
No, bi-weekly means twice a week. It's
No, but
bi
anyways,
bi-monthly. It's bi-monthly that is twice a month.
bi-monthly. Okay. But anyways, someone asked earlier today would the fortnightly challenges be up in January, and then I told them that for January we'll be focusing on FYC, so there is no fortnightly challenges, but in February we'll resume the challenges and
But
you'll
you
get to
can use
see.
December's.
I mean, sure. Then you get to see the strings that Susan has prepared for us. But one of the
Steph sounds
strings that didn't
Steph sounds like she's very over my nonsense already.
but but this string was one of the strings that didn't make the fortnightly challenges prompt. So instead of just throwing it away, we thought it would be good to use it for this week's. Yeah, it's true. Throwing it away. Yeah, so
I'm
we're,
trying
we're
to
using
check that I have the correct stuff on my desk. Yeah, continue please.
yeah,
If
so
you
we're,
see
we're
me
using
fiddling, you know why.
we're using the 2022 string on this week's Instagram live session. Yeah, this is the first time that you're joining us. I'm connecting using 7F5R Studios Instagram accounts at 7force5rivers. Debbie is at tangled.pursuits. I'm halfpen.willdraw, and like I said, Susan Yeo is susanyeo.czt.
What happens if you
Susie,
don't have a pen? Then you're not going to draw.
huh? Use pencil to draw lah.
Oh.
Find a pen lah. Your whole house no pen.
No,
Cannot
that's
be
your
right.
ID. I'm talking about your ID.
Or
Your
have
ID is
pen
like
will draw.
have pen. But so what happens if you have no pen?
Then don't draw lor. Do other things.
I
Comment
know, I
on
know.
people's
Actually, her
Facebook.
solution is kind of very easy. So if she doesn't have a pen, she steal Daddy's pen.
Very good. Got studio, got pen. I'm looking around our studio. I'm like, got a lot of pens, right?
Go get Debbie, raid Debbie's desk for your dad.
Yeah. I'm actually looking at the cup of pens. I'm like, no lah, we have pen one lah. How to not have pen? Yeah. So if you have not yet downloaded the FYC challenge handout, I've actually pinned the comment, and if you're watching a recording of the session, I'll actually include the information in the description box underneath the video. Yeah, but it's bit.ly/FYC 2022. That's where you'll be able to find all of the handouts that Debbie mentioned earlier on. If you're posting your Instagram, do hashtag FYC 2022. That's how you'll find our work, each other's work. Yeah, and then, so Debbie, which
I
fragments?
I think when people click through, they kind of expect an instant download.
Mm,
I've encountered a few issues where they say that they can't download the handout. Actually, it's kind of a big file because of all the images, and also it's high quality file. So give it a bit of time to load, especially if your internet is slow, or just contact us and then we'll try and troubleshoot for you. But the links are all live, so give it just a bit of time, and then I'm sure it will load. Steph, so for my 2022 string,
right.
I had to write it in the same way as you.
Yeah, so that's what I was gonna mention. So you
Yeah, I'm gonna
notice
ask. Yeah.
the example that I drew here, right, like I did 2022, but it's drawn in a very different way. This is actually not my string. I actually took all of the strings that Susan did for the 7F5 challenges, and then sort of just took all her tiles. So these are not drawn by
You
me.
mean the
These are drawn
ones
by
that she
Susan.
prepared?
Yeah. So I have a
Yeah,
whole
the ones that
bunch
she
of
prepared.
tiles.
So
Very good.
basically what she's
Save me
saying is
some
that
effort.
she and Susan prepared in advance
Yeah,
the challenges for the entire year. So we sit down
they're very
at the
organized.
beginning
Yeah.
of every year, and we kind of put together the challenges for the entire year. Of course, the monthly, the Inktober ones and then the FYIC ones are collated by separate different admins, but the bi-monthly or the fortnightly ones are actually a group decision. So we come up with tangles and streams and also color themes and stuff like that. So she's saying that the string 2022 didn't make the cut. So therefore we're using it today. Yeah. So I wanna know why actually. Why didn't make the cut?
Because January is FYC, then how to have fortnightly theme challenges. Also, Susie in chat, she said that bi-weekly means every other week. So I'm right. But anyways,
It's not true, you know,
2022.
because if I say it's biannual, it's like twice a year, you know.
I go search, come. I have my laptop, yeah.
Anyway,
But anyways,
okay.
2022 can be drawn in different ways. Doesn't have to be biannual meaning.
Okay,
Occurring
so,
twice a year.
yeah. Basically, that's every half a year, right? Okay,
Bi-weekly.
Okay, English lesson over, please.
2 weeks. Yeah. Done, produce, occurring every 2 weeks or twice a week. English is terrible. Yeah, but anyways, I'll bi-weekly challenges happen once every 2 weeks. If in case you don't know.
Why don't you just say fortnightly? They're confusing
Fortnightly,
everyone.
right. Fortnightly challenges. Oh my goodness. Okay. So 2022 is our string for this week. You can draw it any way that you want. So it doesn't have to follow like this one. It doesn't even have to follow this one if you don't want. You can just use 2022 and then see where your tile takes you. Yeah. So Debbie, which fragment would you be choosing for this session?
Well, I thought of choosing it, but then Steph assigned it to me, so I didn't really have a choice.
Yo, like that one
Yeah.
Poor thing.
Yeah, that's
So
how
it's
Steph
which
is
day?
like. She's quite insistent.
So which day is it? Well, one member down, one woman
it's
down
good because
on
she
our
helps
team.
me make some of the decisions because
Yeah,
I'm
good.
kind of like burning
That's right.
out whenever I think about FYC.
Endless.
So
Endless
Steph is doing well today, right? So well is day one, right? And then I think Susan said she was doing Z. So we'll probably find a way to cover for her. Z is day 4. Can you see? Maybe I should hold it up. So Z is day 4. And I originally thought of doing Coke Leaf because I like Coke Leaf. But Steph asked me to do Dream Decks. And then since it's been a while since we actually demoed Dream Decks, I think it's a good idea as well. So I'm doing Dream Decks. Susan was supposed to do Z, so we will cover for her, and Steph will be doing well. Steph is doing well. Yes, Steph is doing very well. Okay.
Thank you. Yeah, so Debbie in her handout, she does well in a very interesting way.
Oh, is it?
She has,
How have I
yeah,
done
she, it's like a flower, like what do they call it? What kind of flower is this? Remember that time we went swimming with Charlotte?
Swimming with
Then we had
Charlotte?
yeah, your aunt's place. Such a strange
Okay, I
thing to talk
really
about,
cannot
but it's
remember.
relevant.
Yeah, no.
What is
I
it called?
can't I don't even remember a
No, it's not
flower.
begonia. We found it in the pool. Then you told
We
me
found
not
it in
to
the
tell
pool.
Alex. Cause
Oh,
it's like
it's a frangipani.
there we go.
But it doesn't look like that, Steph.
It does, kind of. It's got that
No,
like
this one looks like
swirly.
Ixora.
Huh.
You know, the tiny red flower.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. What are you using? You're using a regular towel, is it?
Yeah, good question. We haven't even covered that. Where's my towel? Yes, I'm using a white towel. It's in front of me, so I cannot find it. Oh my goodness. For those of you who are
Okay.
joining us
Yeah.
live, our weekly Instagram lives are always this chaotic. So we hope that you enjoy the ride.
You mean they are or
Please,
they aren't?
they are.
Oh,
We
they
usually
are or
are.
is this chaotic?
Yeah,
Okay.
they are.
Okay, thank you very much.
So I've chosen day one's fragment. It's inspired by the Tangle whale. Yeah. So this is how Debbie draws it in her little handout. We're using a 2022 string.
I think you
And
might
then
have to zoom in because it's very small.
let me just
Yeah. I mean, it's a fragment, so it's tiny. Yeah. Someone was saying that she thinks she's not disciplined enough to do FYIC. And then I'm like, but they're so bitty.
They're so bitty.
Like, I've seen people do like all 31 already. So like, yeah,
I
I
just
mean, you
started.
can draw them
I'm
all
done.
in one sitting. I mean, the idea is that you can finish them all at any time you like, or swap them out, or change up the sequence, which some of them have done, or just complete them and then be done with it, right? So I don't know, it's your preference. Of course, if you like, you can sort of use the reticulars. We have provided the reticulum.
A lot of people don't know that actually. From page 13 onwards in the handout, there are like a lot of examples of strings that you can use. So please feel free if you like, because we've had people tell us like, oh, I'm not good with coming out with strings. To be honest, same. I don't come out with strings. That's why Susan is assigned to come out with the weekly strings for these Instagram live
Oh, she's
sessions.
assigned, is it? By you?
Yeah.
Yeah, see?
I
This is how she bullies us.
I volunteer her that she need to come up with the strings, right? Yeah. So if you struggle with coming up with strings, you can just refer to the handout. There's a lot of like examples in there, so it will help you along if you struggle with strings.
Yeah. So I think some of the strings make very good cards and wrapping paper. Okay,
Yeah, the
so
fragments for
Steph, do
today.
you want to show us how you drew your string, or should we just jump right in?
Yeah, just jump right in. 2022. We're not going to handhold you too much. You can do
Well, just 2022.
Yeah, however you want to lay it out on your tile. You can use any tile that you want. Zendala, circle string, a circle tile, black tile, tan, grey, 5 tile, whatever you want to use, please go ahead. These are very casual Tangle get together. Yeah.
Yeah, so I have, so I think I've decided, Steph. I think I'll be using the bigger one.
You have decided.
Yeah. Well, it's a miracle that I could decide anything today. Today my AirPods went missing and I panicked. Yeah, it's just
she called me. She was
weeks.
Like, I can hear her walking around her room. She's like, I don't know where I placed my AirPods. I was like, okay. So I remember you said that you're going to show us like what dream decks with Zach. Was it? What's it called?
No.
Variation.
Don't do any.
I volunteer.
No. Just demo yours.
Yeah. Oh, I demoed mine already. Here you go. Well, I even
on your tile.
I'm not going to do it on my tile.
Your demo. All right. Okay. So I'm just gonna go in with a white jelly roll because I kind of like the high. Well, not really high contrast, but so I'm using watercolor pigment, and because of the amount of mica, I don't really like to use microns or fine liners because they can clog easily. So I've actually switched over to using Jelly Rolls. I have a bunch here, so I have 208s. I don't know where my Jelly Roll 10 is. I think it's somewhere in the house. And I have a bunch of
I
gray.
hope so.
Maybe I just bring the whole stack here.
Rulix.
So you
Rulix and
see
then
this?
water.
Let me see how I
Yeah,
can
yeah.
maneuver. Yeah. So I have a bunch of other jelly rolls here as groups, as you can see. Maybe I should just hold it up. So I have a bunch of jelly rolls here. And then I might swap out to grey at some point. So I have a couple of gold shadows. So these are gold shadows. They basically dry down and leave a little gold outline. And I think these are silver shadows. So I have two gold shadows, two silver shadows. We'll see what comes out of that, or maybe nothing sometimes. And I think this is an acrylic pen. Yeah, this is an acrylic pen. Couple of grey jellies. The rest I probably will not use today. I mean the ones I'm holding. So I'm just gonna put them back for the moment. Yeah, so I like to upcycle a lot. So this is the upcycle chocolate tin. You know the after it. Yeah, so I have my grey koi. I have a pack of Tombos and a pack of ink pens and some koi brushes here, loose koi brushes. In color, I have a water brush, couple of gel pens. I have two blue gel pens actually, and then I have an apprentice pen or a Pigma
Pigma.
Pen 05. Sorry. I also have a clutch pencil. I think I have two actually, somewhere inside here. Yeah, I have another graphite stick. So clutch pencil, graphite stick, Permapic pen, mechanical pencil, eraser. But I don't think I might. I'm probably not use the eraser today because if I do any erasing, I think the pigment will just come out. So that's it for me. I probably might not even use my pencils. So I have a couple of brown microns because I was working with a Renaissance Quad 5 setup earlier. So yeah, so that's all I brought.
That's
With me
all.
on my desk. Yeah, that's enough actually. Yeah, so coming back to my slightly larger or slightly wonky A5, I wouldn't say it's a real A5 size. I think it's not as wide as an A5, slightly narrower than an A5. And probably slightly longer than an A5. So it's probably an American sizing. And I'm gonna put down my string with 08 Jelly Roll. Basically the string is just 2022. So 2022. I suppose it will disappear into, I hope so. You can actually write it in however you like or not. Okay, I think I'm done with my string. So I have 2022 this way. Maybe I should zoom in. Steph, are you good?
I'm good. I'm
Are you
laying down
stepping
like
up? You're well.
I have
Are you
I have
standing up
marked
well?
out like I'm setting out well, yeah. It's doing quite good. Thank you for asking. No, no, oh my goodness. um, I'm like laying down like my grids. So like from the 2022 string, I sort of like am like searching for like circular teardrop shapes or like triangular shapes and then sort of inking them in. So like you said, like the string should disappear into the background afterwards.
I hope mine does.
Susan actually used like you said she like you did she used a grey jelly roll to draw the string. So I can't really
Mine is white actually.
I don't know whether it's kind of different from like a pencil string where like you can sort of ignore it. Whereas when it's done in like a permanent pen, you sort of want to go along with
Permanent
it.
pen.
Yeah, as opposed to a erasable pen. You know what I mean lah. So naughty. Okay.
Well, we enjoy giving each other a hard time. So if you are watching us for
That's
the
true.
first time, please don't be worried. Yeah, the
Stephanie is
three of
being held
us
here
are
against her will.
uh, yeah, well, the three of us are actually quite close. So if you're us joking, it's really just meant for entertainment. And we really do joke this way with each other, and we are very used to it. So please don't get too concerned.
Report to Instagram for
Yeah.
abuse.
Well, I don't know.
Well,
Do people do that?
sometimes, yeah, I guess you could. Please don't.
Yeah, I think I live in a different era.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fair enough. Alright. So usually with these Instagram lives, while we're tangling, we invite you to tangle along with us, even if you're watching the recording. If you're
If
watching
you
us live,
like.
yeah, if you like. Some people just like to watch people tangling. That's fine too. Yeah. There was a YouTube comment that I saw this morning. The person said it was fun to just do her own little tangling project and then have the video playing in the background. So it's kind of like we were sitting there with her, sort of
Oh
like in the
dear.
same room, and then, like, tangling. I thought it was nice.
I know that she was being nice, but then some of the topics that we have discussed at these live shows are kind of not like your usual. No, oh,
Coffee and
I know,
tea
right? Yeah,
topics.
not
Yeah,
your
but I
usual.
guess
Yeah,
if
kind of
if you
like
like
heavy going.
if you like honest conversations amongst friends, you've come to the right video. Yeah. A recording
Oh
of this
dear.
session. A recording of this session will also be made available on our Instagram at Seven Forest Five with
And your
us, and
YouTube,
also
my dear.
yes, yeah, and I was
Yeah.
gonna say, and I will leave a link to the YouTube video once it is up on YouTube. Do give us some time. Usually it's a day after the Instagram live. The YouTube video will be up on our YouTube channel. Yeah. So do take out the tile, take out a pen, and tangle along with us, and then Debbie and I will answer some fun questions that I have.
How have you buried your well fragment? I don't see your
I
well
don't
fragment
see
on
well.
your.
I've not. I've just added like the basic grid structure.
I don't see well. Yeah, I don't see
I don't
well.
see well. So pretty.
I
Oh
sometimes get
goodness.
quite blind, you know? Like I have
Maybe.
very bad eyesight.
Well, I have supposedly perfect vision, but I'm super blind sometimes. In dialect, they say "bacuta stem," which is like your eyes stick
Oh
stamps
dear.
on it, so you cannot see anything. Yeah, so it's kind of like that. I thought that maybe instead of like a square grid, I could do it in like a circle or like a teardrop sort of shape.
Yeah, so are you going to demo now?
Maybe. What do you want me to? Sure, I can do that. Maybe I'll do it in the more regular shape. It kind of looks like was there this other? Yeah, January
Why are you
6th.
stalling?
No, I'm relating it to something else. I'm drawing. Hold on. You cannot rush perfection. Please. January 6th. I was going to mention January 6th.
That is
January 6th.
self-praise.
Self-praise is good. Increase your self-confidence. Anyway, January 6th fragment is fragment D23. Kind of looks a little like that. Because you start off with that initial shape, right? Okay, let's hope for the best.
Oh,
I
this is
will
the
draw this
小笼包.
now. This is a 小笼包 with like well.
Yeah. So
attached to it.
in Chinese culture, we eat a lot of what we call dumplings. So
Dumplings.
小笼包is a soup version of your traditional dumpling where well they have vegan and vegetarian versions as well. But they all contain soup. So that is the slight difference between them and regular dumplings.
And then you scold Susan and I say that we always talk about food.
Well, I was the one who came out with this fragment though. I found it in the primer.
So funny.
Yeah, so it's a primer fragment. Well is a Zentangle ink tangle pattern, as well as some of the fragments that came out from the primer. So wherever the fragments kind of like were borrowed from the primer, I've actually credited them back to Zentangle Inc. So I've actually tagged them as well as indicated so on my handout.
Here. I think I should have drawn an inner aura. What do you guys think?
I think you need to zoom in. I don't think we can see your, well, or maybe my iPad is ready.
Yeah. I'll just
Yeah.
finish this aura first. The problem is if I zoom in, then people cannot see the. So hello to everyone who's joining us live. If you're watching a recording of this either on our Instagram or our YouTube channel, thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, see, she's asking you to zoom in instead.
Boom.
Yeah. Someone in
Oh.
chat is asking you to zoom in.
Better?
So I think
Better?
because I think fragments are just so bitty
So
that if
small.
you don't,
Uh-huh.
yeah, I have that problem as well because
Can I do
you know
like
how you know how when you're watching on your iPad, it kind of like shrinks because it's Instagram. It doesn't have like a big display. So if you're watching on something else, it's kind of very hard to see. I have to watch on my iPad because my phone is the one that's showing my tile. So I have to watch another screen just to be able to watch that.
a lot of watching?
Mm.
Okay. So, Debbie, New Year. What is one work-related thing you want to accomplish this year?
What is one work-related thing
Yeah.
that I want to accomplish?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. What is one work-related thing I want to accomplish?
I accomplished a lot already.
Obviously, I have not thought about it.
Debbie is in the
Yeah.
middle of moving house, so she's
I'm not even
kind
in
of
the middle of moving yet because the new place isn't ready yet. So I
fair enough.
can't, yeah. So I'm in the middle of a lot of things. And
Interior design and all that jazz that comes
yeah,
with
so my brain is
houses.
kind of like fragmented as well.
Occupied.
You know, like a fragment of the
FYI.
imagination, right? Yeah.
She's
So it's really
imagining
kind
her
of,
house.
yeah. Yeah, so
Poor
my brain
thing.
is in fragments as well, like
Poor
literally.
thing.
Are you gonna demo more of the well, or do you want me to start
Yeah.
on Zack or
Go-
something?
Yeah, go
Okay,
ahead
so
with that.
then I should, right? Okay, because I'm not sure. I'm actually watching you and thinking whether we are waiting for a demo or
Oh,
so.
oops.
I think because of my watercolor background on the tile, it might be easier for me to use my sketchbook to sort of do the demo instead. So I have let me just check the alignment on the screen. So, well, if you can't see that, please let me know because obviously I'm like a bit, I'm not sure where
Caught
to
up.
look to check. Yeah. Okay. So Zack by Susan Yeo was also featured in October Tangles. Right. So, as you know, Zack was actually created like that. So it kind of looks like a flower already. And then you sort of give it an aura off to the side, like this. Susan actually wanted to demo a variation or a new way to draw Zack today.
We don't know what it
But
is.
yeah, and
Because
because
share
it's
notes.
such a top secret, so like, oh, I'll give you guys a surprise kind of thing. And she couldn't make it at the last moment because Isaac or Zach has, well, shifted his nap on his own. So he's probably awake now when he should be sleeping. So it's kind of like, jet lag, but not quite. Yeah, so this is actually how Zack looks like. If you draw it typically, maybe I should move it up. I'm sorry. Is it better to see? Okay, so this is Zack. And because this year we have a new fragment type. So if you were here earlier, we were talking about the square, the round, and the triangle fragments in the Zentangle primer. So back to the primer, we have, let me see if I can quickly find it. So we have the traditional square fragments, the traditional triangular and circular fragments. Can you see? So I'm sorry that the book is kind of like a not very good size for that for Instagram, right? Because it's kind of like a very elongated kind of oops. Yeah, okay.
Rectangle.
Yeah, so these are the traditional shapes which Zentangle Inc. published in their primer. So Zentangle Inc.'s primer is actually the main reference for all things reticular and fragments. So if you are keen to learn more, you can actually buy the book. This year for FYIC, so this year is the second year of FYIC. The first year we stuck to square, round, and triangular fragments. But I thought that this year would be fun if we actually introduce the seed fragment or the leaf. So I think some people call it the leaf. Seed,
Rice?
leaf, rice. What else? I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, just
Leaf
call it
would be
whatever you
more
like.
common.
Because
Yeah.
the main thing is that this is a shape that's often found in nature. So it's the basic shape of many things that you can find in nature. For example, seeds are in this shape, leaves are in this shape, and of course rice shapes, right? So the idea is that these are like building blocks, right? So having Zac and having the seed fragment is kind of like the seed fragment itself, like auto-populating, you know? Does that make sense?
Mm,
Okay, I'm
it's
trying
meant for
to
this
find the
fragment.
sweet spot for yeah. Okay, so because the seed is such a natural tangle, it's actually a very soothing shape to draw. And also it kind of opens many possibilities um for other tangles to fit in. So actually, okay, let me just show you some of the worksheets that I came up with
Worksheets.
in order to plan FYC this year. Yeah, so can you see? Is it in the frame? Yeah,
Mm.
it is. So see for Zac, it kind of like fits in perfectly. And then there is another tangle by Stephanie called NIDA. So NIDA, sort of like you break it out with a figure 8 and then you aura as you go. And then of course if you just add a bit of rounding, it's like a totally different tangle already. So these were some of my explorations. And then, of course, you can squeeze a bit of a perk in it, which we are doing for one of the days later this month. And yeah, so there are many interesting tangles that can actually work with this shape. And then I should also show you that we created a reticle based off of Zac as well. Look, can you see?
Nice.
Yeah, so this was well, a fragment or a reticular. I think it's both, if you ask me. Yeah, it's kind of like a mix, right? And then, of course, this is just the fragment itself. So it's kind
It's
of
like
very versatile. Yeah. So
it's kind of
what
like
fragments
using
are? Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah.
It's kind of
Yeah.
like using tangles as strings, right? Like you make it very, very big and then you can use the tangle as a string, kind of. The same idea. You
Yeah.
use Zac, then you increase the size, then it becomes a reticulum.
You sort of like cross over, you know, like yeah, to suit whatever you prefer. So if you like, you can sort of prepare a grid and then you can even use the seed within a bigger grid, right? Or you can actually, so let me just try and pretend I'm drawing a grid. So you can actually put a seed, yeah. So you can actually put a seed within a grid as well, and that will be your fragment, but then it becomes a rectangular fragment as well. So fragments are really very versatile. They are kind of like the building blocks. So it's like going back to Zentangle basics, basically, because Zentangle basics is like
basics,
black and white.
basically.
Yeah. So basically basics. Yeah. All right. So enough of the puns, right? So this is how Zac looks like. So you can actually split up the entire tangle into separate seeds or fragments, and then you can put them in grids as well, right? Or you can use the reticular I just showed you, this one. I've just got too many things on this. Yeah, so this one. So you can also use this and then sort of like populate Zac into that. Or you can just hand draw the entire thing And basically, I thought it was a fun idea to sneak into the handout this year. Yeah, so let me just bring this away again. It's quite cumbersome because it's
I put Z into triangle fragments. That's interesting. Didn't think to do that if I were drawing it
kind
on
of
my
looks
own.
like, yeah. So maybe Steph can show that to you guys as
Yeah.
well.
Oh, I've been drawing it for a while.
Yeah.
Okay, I draw
Okay,
it.
because it's very small, so maybe
I
you
draw
want to
bigger
draw
at the
it
back.
bigger. Yeah. Okay, so that was Zach. Um, we have to wait for Susan to demo the new way to draw because I don't know how. I
I
can
think she'll
cover only
probably.
so much.
We're not mind readers, unfortunately. I think she'll
Um,
probably post it on her Instagram. Otherwise, she can
yeah.
share it next week. Now, join us next week.
I think
Hello.
I think she has a grid version or something. Yeah. Anyway, okay, so that was Zach. The next fragment that we are actually doing today is actually Dream Decks. So Dream Decks is a grid-based Tangle. Originally, it was a grid-based Tangle. So in the handout, should I move back my handout? Maybe I should. Okay, let me just grab my handout again and show it to you. Okay, so let me see how to maneuver this. My goodness, I'm just afraid that I'll hit the entire stand and everything will happen. So this is
The wheel will
this
come
is Dream
tumbling down.
Decks. This is like the basic fragment or the basic element of the larger tangle called Dream Decks. Oh no. Yeah. Can you see? Is it better now? Yeah. So this triangle is actually the basic shape of the larger tangle that is known as Dream Decks. And then I told Steph a joke about Dream Decks because you know how autocorrect works.
Yes.
So there was
Yes. Do you know how
yeah,
autocorrect works badly?
or doesn't work in my case. Yeah, so I was reminded of this today actually. So the joke behind Dream Decks was that my autocorrect, when I was commenting on someone's pile, I I think it was Instagram or Facebook, and I was praising that version of Dream Decks. Autocorrect changed it to Dream Sex. So please be very careful when you post because I don't
Very
think
good.
I don't think you're attracting the right audience if you are well accidentally not well. I caught it in time, but I thought it was very fun. Yeah. So
Today
not very
today
funny
also got
apparently. Yeah.
today also got
Yeah.
another one.
Yeah. So
Poor thing.
today I was kind of in a bit of a rush in the morning, and I was commenting on someone's Instagram about the reticular that she was using, or the reticulum. And my wonderful iPad thought it was funny to change it to rectum. So I was like saying something about how you fill up your reticular with patterns. I know, right? It sounds so horrible. Oh my goodness. I caught it in time. Thank God. Yeah. Okay. So enough of the funny stories or the punny stories.
Funny
So
stories.
typically, yeah. So typically, how Dream Decks looks like is that you actually use kind of like a hexagonal grid where you have well, you can call it a triangular grid as well. So you kind of stack your triangles this way, right? So this is the
A
typical
mirror
grid for Dream
image.
Decks.
Yeah.
And of course, Steph likes to use a square grid. But when
Easier.
you do it as a square grid, you kind of look like Hayden.
A bit. I can see it. Yeah.
Yeah. So instead of that, I'm going to sort of use a diamond grid today with my
Diamond
Dream
grid.
Decks. Yeah, so it's kind of like
Ooh.
a in between of the hexagon and the square.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So you can imagine this but minus the middle one actually. Right? So how we typically draw Dream Decks, why I have so many grids here is because I'm going to show you next. So Dream Decks is actually a study in S-curves, right? So you know how cadence works? Take off and land, right? okay, I'm not going to be very particular which side or which direction your S curves go, because I think everyone has their own muscle memory, and like whichever is easier for you to draw, basically. Um, as long as you're using an S stroke, it doesn't matter which side. I've actually had a conversation with a student who was very perturbed that I wouldn't sort of fix the side for her. So uh, my reason is that I can't tell you what feels best for you, and I can't tell you how to feel comfortable. You just feel comfortable or not, right? So then you decide what's comfortable. Because when you complete Dream Decks, you'll get what I'm trying to say. If you are not comfortable, you're going to strain your arm. Dream Decks is kind of high focus, more so than other organic tangles like Zack, because of the grid. So I'm just going to quickly demo the original Dream Decks. As you can see, I'm pronouncing my words very carefully. So you have an S. What I like to do is I like to go in a line. So I'll complete all the S's in a line in the same direction so that it's not confusing. But of course, I've seen other people step this out according to their preferences. I have no problems with that. So my S, so you see you kind of take off and land, right? So when you have completed everything that's in one direction, then you get to sort of rotate and then do the same thing for the next series of S's. Right? You start to see petals forming. And if you kind of feel any tension at all in your arm, I would advise you to rotate again. So how to not be confused is to finish everything that's in the, oh, I missed one. Finish everything that's in the same, yeah, so this is how you sort of pick up where you have neglected to fill up by actually checking that everything is filled up in the same sequence and rotating when you are done to get to the next sequence, right? So this is how to not be confused. When 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 this tangle was first introduced, I think it's about 3 years now or 4 years now. I can't remember actually. Yeah, it's been quite a while. So when this tangle was first introduced, a lot of people actually complained that there were too many steps. Um,
Oh, it's repetitive. Huh?
yeah, so I'm not sure. It depends on the grid, I guess, right? So I'm gonna rotate again. So the idea is that when you are rotating, you also rotate in one direction, then it's less confusing. But I do know that some people get lost along the way, or they forget which direction they have to rotate. But well, take it easy. It will come with practice, right? Or well, if you don't like it, don't ever use it again. It's fine. So the purpose of today's live, Instagram live, is for you to sort of have a feel without committing on your tile, which tangle you want to use, right? So I've actually flipped the page already, if you have noticed. So I'm actually on the opposite side of how I actually laid down the reticular. So I think I'm actually comfortable to sort of continue the sequence that I was following here and sort of complete this one as well. So it actually is the same stroke, it's still S, right? So once you put down two S's this way, with this line in the middle, it sort of gives you a kind of like a twisted effect, if you know what I'm trying to say. It kind of like gives you a bit of an extra dimension. And then I'm rotating again, so to be able to access these set of lines. And then of course, the same direction, the same S stroke. So I realized, because Steph and I used to teach in-person classes at our studio before the pandemic, of course. And I realized that some students, why they are confused is because they don't use the consistent, or rather their S stroke is not consistent to what they use. So they use S stroke this way here, and then they flip over by themselves, or rather on their own, in the next set of S's, and that is very confusing for them. So try to be mindful of the strokes, keeping to a consistent stroke, kind of minimizes the complexity. So I'm going for these ones now. Let me see if I can rotate. Oh, I can't because, yeah. Okay, I'll try to not block myself.
Cannot see, Debbie.
Yeah, that's why. No. Okay, let me just move this away. I'm at my dining table, you know,
Yeah, I know. I wanted
and I'm
to
still not having enough space.
I wanted to share everyone that Dream Decks reminds me of sycamore seeds. Sycamore maple seeds. See, it's got that little shape to it.
I don't know how it looks like, so I'm not commenting.
Never mind. You
Yeah,
watch
I
the
don't know how it looks
replay.
like. Watch the replay.
Sycamore seed. Yeah.
Oh, you're showing the thing, is it?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Obviously, I'm not watching at all.
Obviously. It's okay.
I'm just trying to finish my tangle without messing up. Okay, so when you're done, when you sort of take a step back and look at your dream decks, it kind of looks like what's that called? The windmill.
Windmill? Yeah.
Yeah, windmills. So I like to sort of highlight where the S curves meet, just to give it a bit of a definition. But you don't have to if you don't like the look. Or actually, you don't even have to use dream decks if you don't like dream decks. So don't worry about like if it's too complex or if you're a beginner and you're stressing out. Just drop it. Just do what's comfortable for you. Switch out to another fragment or another tangle. Basically, this is the basic dream decks. And of course, Steph likes the square one. So I'm just gonna, for fun, I'm just gonna do the square one just to make her happy. I should be actually rotating. Right. So, don't be like me. If you can, please rotate. Okay. So you can see that there's some resemblance to Caden, right? There's some resemblance to Caden, but it's kind of like what would you call it, Steph? Layered Caden? No, it's not a layered Caden.
Disjointed Caden?
Oh no. Disjointed sounds so handicapped.
Chore.
Okay, so
Chaotic Caden? Chaotic. Like our Instagram lives.
oh geez. Okay, so I'm just trying to continue my diamond grid so that I can show you how it will look like. And then with your diamond grid again, you start off, again, the direction of the S doesn't matter. Just make sure you're consistent. Just do the one that feels right to you, actually. I'm aware that this is a reverse S. So when I first did dream decks, and I referred it to S shapes,
Like where?
I was taken to task because apparently it's a reverse S shape. Okay,
Yo.
thank you. Yeah. Well, I think people are a lot more in
Chill.
the Zentangle realm. Yeah, I think people are a lot more chill nowadays. So we can get away with most things
Oh dear.
that we couldn't get away with in the past. Like
Again,
hunting our
oopsie.
pals. Yeah, I'm going to rotate this sketchbook.
Ladies
I
and
feel I'm doing
gentlemen.
all the teaching today, Steph.
Yeah, man. It's
You
a
chose
good day.
very well.
Yeah, well. I did a very big
Wow.
oops. I'm trying to find my white pen now.
Where?
Where? My line
Show us.
completely missed. My line
Where?
completely missed.
I don't see it.
The ending, there's like one thingy there. I was
Where?
aiming for like a smooth landing and then my pilot sort of crash landed.
You're fine.
It's okay, it's okay. We can fix it.
I have another pun.
Alright, oh my goodness. Brace yourselves, everyone. It's gonna be even worse than my
all-
pilot crash.
It's all's well that ends well.
Oh no. Why? I mean, it
Oh
wasn't too bad.
well.
Oh well.
Oh well.
Well. Look what we have here.
Oh no. Yeah. Okay, so I'm kind of like killing myself here trying to get to the grid, right? because well, I don't want to do it off screen, so I'm actually trying to be very careful. Okay, so this way, yeah, just trying to complete. So this is a diamond grid. You can see that it's different from a square grid in terms of how you lay it out. Of course, I think this angle you can't really see, but I'll rotate it back to the correct angle after I.
Yeah, I mean, grid angles are difficult to demonstrate.
Yeah, because of the angles. I think it's because of the camera angles. So this is the triangle grid, the typical triangle grid. You actually see this in well, in my example here. So this is the triangular one. This is how it looks like in a triangle. And then this is how it looks like in a sort of a squarish. And then this one is the diamond grid. Of course, you can, well, start off with a diamond grid and later put in another line if you want. So you get this look, but not quite. It also bears resemblance to Cadence when you do this. Right, so that's Dreamdex. And like I said, be careful that autocorrect doesn't ruin your family-friendly channel.
Report to Instagram.
Well, I think the rectum one was worse actually. I know, right? Yeah, so it's just been a bad tech sort of bad tech day. Okay, I'm just gonna let me stack my 5 tiles together and then get my piece. There we go. Yeah, my 2022 piece. Changing my pen out. Well, step is already done and I haven't even started.
Oh dear.
Yeah, because I was teaching the whole time there.
Yeah, and I just realized actually, I realized a while back, we haven't even gone through any of the questions. Because there's so much teaching to do. Well, Dreamdex, Zach.
Okay, let me think how I should do my well. Okay, you go ahead. I'm trying to think.
This is like the most abstract looking, I don't know, it's like more abstract than usual. I know there's a Zenhanga I've meant to look abstract, but I don't know, my tile today just doesn't look very much my style. Here we are. I wonder how you guys are doing.
Basically.
Yeah, man. And then suddenly this FYIC is like every other day it's got grid. Then I'm like, oh dear.
It's fragments. And you're supposed to step outside your comfort zone.
Very outside my comfort zone. I'm poorly, wrongly dressed for the party. I don't know where the venue is.
That's probably why she's making me teach so much.
Yeah, man.
I'm sorry to hog the audio. Please go ahead.
It's okay. It's okay. So my first question just now was what work related? What was the question? What's one work related thing you want to accomplish this year?
Today's life.
Very reasonable. Reasonable goal.
I don't ask for much.
I don't ask for much. Just want today's life to go well. Yeah, that's fine. We published our first Tangle Travelogue series last month. Yeah, it was last month and a half. I think it was November when we published it. Then currently the team is working on the second edition of the series.
Are you advertising again?
I am not. I'm just updating
because
everyone.
It's not hard for people to listen to constant advertisement, you know.
Well,
I would change the channel, you know. It was me.
No, don't change the channel. Stay here. Yeah. So we're working on the second edition. So I think that would be nice to continue the Tangle Travelogue series, lah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Next.
Oh, you don't answer question. Oh, nonsense.
I answered. I said I want to get through today.
Okay.
Hey, this is bullying. This is workplace harassment.
Oh, complain to HR. Who's HR? Susan.
No.
Paging Susan.
Susan, where are you?
Okay, let's start. Let's just answer some easier questions. What's your favorite way to travel? I know that right now with COVID can't really go
travel
anywhere.
lah.
No, but what's your favorite way? Like boat, car,
Oh, so your
bus,
mode of
train.
travel, I see.
Yeah.
I
Like train, bus, ship. What else did I write?
fly, ah.
You like plane? I really don't like planes, you know. I like getting to from one
Then you
destination
walk.
to another. No, I mean, yeah, like if going from Singapore to America, obviously no one's gonna walk, right?
This is like a very ridiculous life session that we're having.
Because Susan's not here to moderate, then we are on our worst behavior. Faster, all the nonsense, quick.
No, actually, we're always like that. Oh no. Yeah. What's wrong with flying?
I don't like lah. Like always scared.
You need to get to point A to point B, right? How do you
Yeah, okay.
walk?
I
You
know.
walk?
I know. Logically,
No,
statistically,
your
you're more
favorite is the
likely to get into a
broomstick.
car crash. Sorry,
You use broomstick lah. Fly also.
broomstick can.
Yeah.
Although only can do it October. But I'll be busy in October. How? Cannot lah. My schedule don't line up. Yeah, I don't like plane rides, but I like the fact that it can bring us from one place to another that's very far away in a very short amount of time. But it's just very stressful, like the checking process, the pat downs and all. And not a fan.
That's not the fault of the plane ride though.
It's not the fault. Blame the planes.
Yeah.
This is your fault.
So I mean, well, yeah lah, we do have to go and check in and do all kinds of security stuff now, but
Oh,
that's
man.
not the fault of the mode of transport. That's what I'm trying to say. I mean,
Fair
it
enough.
doesn't. Yeah.
Involve the plane. That's just a
I like
secondary.
walking.
You like walking?
Yeah, but I'll never get to Rhode Island in that case.
Fair
So,
enough. Yeah, I like walking
yeah.
too. Yeah, walking is nice.
Yeah, I like plane rides, but when I had to go to Rhode Island to get certified, I actually traveled. I think I said this before. I actually traveled like 32 hours, like
Oh, man.
change like 3 planes or 4 planes, and by the time you're there, right, you're kind of like
So
so
exhausted.
discombobulated that you kind of, yeah, man, you kind of like sort of like the
Zoned out.
druggy, you know?
Yeah,
No,
man.
like you like kind of like not even functioning anymore.
Yeah.
Because when we fly over from Singapore, we actually lose a day, I think.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, so it's very confusing to sort of arrive on the same
And then
day
you're like,
there,
what's going
but,
on?
But 30 over hours has passed, you know? Yeah.
I also found it funny during, I don't know whether it happened at your seminar, people will like ask you like, so where are you from? And then you're like, from Singapore. And then they're like, oh, how do you get here? Yeah, I took a 30 over hour journey. People are like, oh, I drove 6 hours.
Someone asked me if I was from China, I think.
Poor thing.
Someone asked me, so they never quite got it right at all, because they thought
You
I
show
was
them
from
on the map.
Taiwan, or they thought I was from China, or it was always something else, or Hong Kong. Yeah, so
And they hit you with the, oh, your English is really good.
I think that's better than what my uni classmates said to me at uni. So my uni classmate said to me, you don't look like you speak English. And I'm like, how do you look like to?
Yeah, man.
It's a language.
Yeah,
It
man.
look like a language.
Yeah, take a, yeah. It makes
How do
people
you look like a
exist.
language?
Thank you.
No, but how do you look like a language?
I don't know. Do English.
Oh, another thing that someone said to me before was, you don't look like a Debbie.
You don't look like a...
Yeah, no,
Oh,
like, what do
I have
look
a
like?
question in my book related to that.
Oh my goodness.
Does your name
Can I go
have a
home now?
meaning? No, you are home. Does your name have a meaning?
Everyone's name has a meaning, what?
Yeah lah, then you share lah. Share with the class lah. That's the point, right?
Hey, I tell you what.
What's warning?
I think Susan,
Yeah, why?
Susan gets a very good end of the deal.
Why?
I have to do all the teaching, and then I have to do all the answering.
There's only 2 of us, right? What to do?
See, this is how my business partners work.
We outsource.
Good grief. Hey, I just finished all the teaching lab. Can you please answer
Okay,
your question first?
What was the previous question? Oh yeah, I answered what? I said I don't like plane rides. I like walking.
No, you asked a new question and you stopped
Okay,
teaching.
okay.
I'm
Okay,
not complaining to Susan.
Oh, and if anyone's wondering what am I doing on my towel, I'm doing stippling. It's a technique called stippling. STI. P-P-L-I-N-G, stippling. Yeah. So it's just little dots. Anyways, my name, Stephanie Jennifer. Stephanie means crown in French, I think. And then Jennifer means fair, I think.
Corona.
Troy.
Coronavirus.
Troy.
Corona is crown also, right?
I think so. I only know it's like the name brand of this alcohol, right? And recently I
This is
found
gonna
some
be-
alcoholic.
This is gonna be a NC16 broadcast.
No lah. I think you
Yeah.
can talk about alcohol. Anyways,
No thanks.
and then the
to
interesting
autocorrect.
thing is that my Mandarin name, which was given to me by my maternal great grandmother, also has a similar meaning. So my Chinese name is Li Di. Li.
It's not a similar meanings there. I think
It is.
it means emperor. It doesn't mean crown.
Yeah lah. But it's got like a similar feel to it. So Li is the flower
It's a
lily.
different.
Like which is meant to be like fair,
Actually, if
pretty,
you know
whatever.
us
The
in
Di
real life, so if you know us in real life, we're forever arguing actually.
arguing, yeah.
This is-
Then
Yeah, this
Di,
is us.
this character means emperor. But then
Yeah,
they
so
went to
emperor
the
doesn't mean crown, what?
yeah, lah, but royalty
A crown
related
is
lah.
what you
That's what I'm saying.
wear.
I'm not saying it's a direct translation. Anyways,
It's
emperor.
not the
Then they
same
felt
meaning.
that it was too heavy for a girl, so they added something called 草字头. So usually
It's not
like
too heavy, it's too masculine.
yeah, I don't know how to spell flower, but anyways like characters related to like grass, flower, all
How
these
you spell flower?
plant-based things.
Flower.
No lah, I mean like what's the Chinese character for it? See, it's been such a long
Oh.
time.
Oh.
I
No.
forgot. But
Have you gotten
anyways,
it?
yeah. No.
Oh, where's my pen?
Terrible
Wait.
Chinese one.
Yeah.
Debbie's gonna help. Yeah.
Like that?
I think so.
Maybe I'm a bit like not at the right angle, but something like that. Oh, can you see it? No. Okay. Can we not do Chinese class? English class was hard enough.
Amen.
So there's this, I'm not sure if you guys knew, but we found out that, our team found out that actually we had pretty interesting names when we came together as a team. Because, okay, so Susan Yeo is Pei San in Chinese. So her given name is Pei San. And then Steph's Chinese given name is Li Di. And then my Chinese given name is Li San.
So it's like a
So I'm
combination.
gonna be like forever stuck with these two, I think.
Yes. Destined. Anyways, if you'd like to find us, keep this loud to sort of mention. If you'd like to find us on Instagram, the recording of this session will be available at 745. With us, Debbie is tangled.pursuits. I am halfpen_will draw, and Susan, who didn't attend this session due to personal reasons, she's susanyo.czt. Yeah. The FYIC fragment of your imagination challenge 2022 uses this hashtag FYIC 2022. You can also join our Facebook group 7F5R challenge. You can find it by this link, or you can search 7F5R challenge on Facebook, and you'll see all of the tiles for FYIC that other people have posted, and you can post your own tile if you're not too shy about it. Yeah, we'd love to see what you've created.
Yeah, and actually, Steph was saying that we should talk about the meaning behind our names, right? So, in my family, I was the eldest granddaughter. So my grandfather, when he was around, was a bit more of a traditionalist, because he wanted to name all his grandchildren in a certain manner to reflect that they were from the same family. Not a lot of people do this anymore, because a lot of people don't do this anymore. So this is something that my family does. So my father's generation, for example, all started with the same prefix to the name. So And then all the females had the same prefix as well. So the males had a certain prefix, and then the females had a certain prefix. In my generation, the girls were all named Li something, so pretty something, right? And then the boys started with Zi, so ZHI, Zi. So it was kind of fun to know that well, unintentionally our Chinese names match that well, and my Chinese name actually means pretty coral. So, but I don't know how to swim. Yeah, and I think my parents were given some options. So it was Li something, right? And then they sort of like picked the secondary. So the prefix was picked for them. So they got to pick only the last syllable of the name, because our in Chinese traditions, our family name comes first. So it's Ling. Ling is my father's my paternal family name. My maiden name is Lim. So Ling Li San. So my parents actually only got to choose the third syllable, which is San. And I share that same syllable with Susan, but I think hers is written slightly differently from mine. I don't think hers means coral. I think hers means something
Shan
else.
is kindness, right? If I remember correctly.
Yeah, but you can't you have to add something to make it a name.
Coral in
I'm
Mandarin
not,
is
yeah.
Coral Mandarin is Shanhu.
No, you can't take the direct the word for the
Translation.
coral to no, that's not what I'm saying, Steph. You can't take the word that you are using for the coral and immediately put it in someone's name. Yeah, it doesn't work like that. You have to sort of add strokes to it to sort of create. Yeah. So I think Chinese is a very difficult language to master, and for the life of me, I still have not mastered it, but I try. So yeah, so I guess a lot of these are very interesting things that well, I think slowly they're getting lost in the generations, right? Over time. Yeah, because I think a lot of young people don't really go so deep into their roots these days, and it's more trendy to sort of like deviate from tradition. So a lot of this is being lost.
I guess the Western version of like taking the same character is kind of like a family who chooses to name their children name after one letter. So they like have like Adam as the son's name, and then Angela as like the daughter's name. So it's like all the children are named with names starting with A.
I thought the Western version was like naming the entire name to be the same.
After
like,
the father, second,
no,
junior.
No, it's something like, I think one of the preachers that I listen to is John Gray. So he's like John Gray the third or something like that.
Yeah.
So you have like, so
Senior,
like
junior,
sort
first,
of go down
second,
the
third.
line, But how do you know which John you're talking about?
The first, the second.
No, like, if everyone is John, then
same.
How do you know? Yeah, no.
John,
how do
all
you
same.
respectfully decide who is what? Or maybe they go by pet names.
Maybe,
so outside the family, they are known as some name, like the formal name, and then within the family, then they have their pet names.
If any of y'all watching this video, either live or recording,
please don't get offended.
If you know, please educate us. We only know about Chinese culture. Yeah. Try to make a best guess. Yeah, but it's always fun to learn about different practices, like in different cultures and also within different families. Because some families have their own little tradition, right? Talk about names starting in the same letter. You have two cats, Dilys and Dexter.
Yeah,
was it purposely? Why?
Yeah, because my husband is Daniel, so it's a D, right? And
right.
Debbie is also a D, right? And then when
so
we gave
like, might as well.
So we allowed my older cat to choose her own name. So we
Delise.
gave her like different sounding names to pick from, and we found that she only so she basically picked her own name, and her own name starts with a D sound, you know. So if the if the humans are D and then the other cat is D, then well, it's just
Might as well,
logic,
right?
right? Yeah, I mean we're already almost there, right? 3/4 of the way, so yeah.
That's
So
funny.
that's how Dexter got his name. He didn't get to choose. Well, we did try to let him choose, but he wasn't
I think
interested at all. No,
Dexter
I'm
more
serious. He wasn't
sweet natured.
interested at all. He wasn't interested at all. He just didn't. No, it's sort of like every time you call him, he'll
青菜
come.
lah, can
Like
lah.
whatever name you give him, he will come. So
Mm.
yeah. So he's kind of like laid back like that. I don't know. I don't know if it's laid back or stupidity lah. But
So poor
there you
thing.
go. Yeah. Well, he's a
I don't
cat.
think, but I don't think Dexter's stupid lah. He's just sweet natured lah.
But he's a lot slower than Lily's though. Lily's
Fair enough.
catches
No, but
stuff
this is just
very
very
quickly.
smart. Yeah,
No, but
this is
she's
just
too
very smart.
smart. That's the opposite problem. Yeah, so I actually did away with my grid for my dream decks. I'm gonna just hold it up and show you what I did with my dream decks. So I did away with the grid. I did Tripoli instead, and then I put in the S strokes that way. So it kind of looks slightly a different take on the same tangle. Yeah. I think Steph has the traditional
Yeah.
triangular hexagonal setup.
I'm gonna add some embellishments to it because I think it looks a bit plain now. But other than that, I'm quite happy. Let's see. I think we have enough time for one more question.
Oh, I haven't even done Z. My goodness. It's your fault.
Suddenly,
I know, right? Yeah, see, she's a bully.
Have you ever done something competitively? Like when you were younger? Do you like have a sport or like a, I don't know,
You mean like
spelling bee
you?
champion? Sorry?
You mean like you compete with everybody?
No lah, I don't like, just like winning, that's all. But I think it's not better now.
Competing.
It's not better now lah. Now it's not. My one.
It's not better now or it's better
It is,
now?
it is better. It is
Oh,
better.
I heard it's not better now.
Yo, Choi. So, have
This
you?
why pronunciation is so important, right?
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Have you? I can share
And
mine.
can I just take a break now? You talk about yourself first.
No,
I'm very
cannot.
thirsty. I just get a drink of water. Yeah.
I used to skip competitively, you know, jumping rope.
How do you skip competitively, though?
Yeah, you got competitions and all. So it was a new.
What? Who hops faster?
No lah. Okay, but there was a category called speed skipping.
I'm just asking.
No, there is. Okay, so it's a valid question. There was a category for speed skipping, but the one that I competed in was double skipping, where like you have yourself and one other partner. Then there's group skipping as well, so it's like, I think more than 4 people.
I always get whipped there.
Yeah, so after you finish the extracurricular activity, so after school you go for this activity. So my chosen activity of choice was skipping.
Your
Then you go home,
chosen
you look,
choice.
you go home, you got all these like just stripes on your arms and
Your
legs. And you look, then you look like you kena caning or something. Then my friend be like, what happened to you? You kena caned by your parents? I'm like, no, it's just that's what I do for fun. I jump rope for fun. Yeah, so that was fun. Yeah.
That's not competitive, you know. That is
No, but
abusive.
we will go to like jump rope competitions and all, and like, yeah, they were really good. I remember because our school had just started this extracurricular activity, so we had very new groups, right, for this competition, whereas these
So you
other
whip
people,
each other.
no lah. Yeah, but you thought you were very good, then you join the competition and I'm like, good. Actually we are terrible. This one so much better. Yeah. So there was like, they had like soundtracks and all. Then they had like their own little jump rope
Routine.
t-shirts. Yeah, then they
Oh.
had their routine and all. Yeah, so that was fun. So that's what I did for fun.
Can I KIV?
Can KIV. Ask
No, no,
again
no,
next
no,
week.
no. You just come back all at once. It's gonna be horrible.
In secondary school, I used to play basketball, but we were very bad. Our boys team would win sectional gold, but our girls team wouldn't even place in the like competition. Like we wouldn't even get
Wonder
anything.
why.
Wonder why. Then my coach used to laugh at me. He said when I shoot the hoop, one of my leg would like go up. Then he said, why you shoot hoops like Barbie doll like that? But it would go into the hoop. I would make the. Then he just was very weirded out. He was like, okay, yeah, sure. If it lands, you just continue. But it just looks very weird.
You know something? You know
Yeah, go
something?
ahead.
I just
Go
thought
ahead.
about Zach, right? And
Yeah.
matching it with well.
And then, can you do it?
Matching it with well. I'm doing on the sketchbook.
Oh,
Just
okay.
to test.
See how it goes.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So all of these is Susan Yeo's fault.
Why?
If it turns out bad, it's
Come.
not my fault.
Yo, like that
No,
one.
she was supposed to teach us a new way to draw well, right?
Well.
New way to draw Zach. New way to draw Zach.
And then end up don't have.
Well, it's okay. I devise my
Well.
own way.
Zach is okay.
Okay, I don't know what I'm doing already, but something like
It's
that.
okay. A lot of Zentangle is I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm hoping for the best.
No, I think the problem is I can't rotate properly, so. Well, I used to. well,
Well,
that's a very horrible life show.
and I'm the one that
I'm
picked the
sorry.
tangle well. Well,
Okay. Yeah. So I used to play competitive computer games back in
okay.
an era
Yeah.
where it was male dominated. So
I think it still
I'm
is
already
right now.
I'm already 40. No, there are a lot more female players now
Female, yeah, there are a lot more. I agree.
than way back then. Yeah. So so I used to play computer games competitively for quite a long time. I think all through my 20s, probably. No, not all through my 20s. Probably, I think I started when I was 19 or 18. And then probably that decade until I was 28 or something like that.
That's how you met Daniel also, right? You told me.
Yeah, I guess. Actually, okay, because there were so few gamers who were female at that point in time, right? I used to train with my team at many different cyber cafes around Singapore, and we also had like a base, like we had a regular cafe that we would go to and call it like our home base. But because we were constantly training at different places, right? We met a lot of people. I don't necessarily know who I met, to be very honest with you, because when you are gaming, you are behind a computer.
It's so
They probably
difficult.
would remember us, and it's easier for them to remember us than for us to remember them,
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I actually don't know. I don't know when Daniel knew me, but then
You.
I know when I knew him. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, because he would have a clearer picture lah. Because I think female gamers were just a rarity back then lah. Not very common, right?
Yeah, I get
So
you.
for him to remember me, it would be easier than for me to remember him, because at that point we were a lot younger and of course a lot better looking, right? So there was a lot of interest on the part of the male gamers. So we were always inundated with requests to sort of come over and sort of have a match with them and stuff like that. Of course, we can't match up with the guys lah. But we try lah. So it's more of like a goodwill, sort of like something like a building rapport sort of kind of game. But of course, there were also tournaments. I was also sponsored. I can't remember exactly what I was sponsored now, but I think it was something like a set, a keyboard, headphones, stuff lah. Basically tech stuff. I think when I was in Australia, I also tried to go to a cyber cafe that was near my place. And then I was surprised that the standard was so different when I was
Mm.
there. Because I think in Singapore we are a lot more competitive than well, the bunch in Australia lah, basically. So I got kicked out of the server in the cafe because they suspected that I was cheating.
Yo,
But
poor
then
thing.
no, because the standard is very different, you see. So if the mod suspects you of cheating, then they can just close you out of the server lah, basically.
Mm.
That's how they protect so that's how they protect their servers. It got to a point where I didn't want to go back to the cafes in Australia because it's all losers, right? You lose to the girls some more, and then they just boot you out. Like, hello, like I
cheating.
don't even own the computer. I don't even own the computer, right? I'm using
Cheating.
block computer. So yeah, so I mean that's their standard lah. At that time of course. I'm very sure that things are different now. Well,
Yeah.
esports is a very, very different industry now.
Mm.
Yeah. And then also, I mean, well, last time when there was a popular game, right? Almost everybody will be playing the same game.
Mm.
But now when there's a popular game, right, it could be like thousands, like people split up to play different things. So also a very different kind of like atmosphere already because the community is different as well.
Mm.
Yeah. Okay, I don't know where to put my Z,
I have changed my Dreamdex into fishes.
Dreamfish.
Dreamfish, yeah. Yeah, so I think this session is a little longer than what we normally have. It's about 10 minutes longer than what we normally have. Thank you so much
I don't know
for
where to put
sticking
my
around.
Z.
I also don't know what to ask me. I can still see
Yeah.
the 2-0 though.
You mean my tile or your
Yeah,
tile?
yeah. Your tile.
Oh, my
My
tile,
tile.
yeah lah. Because I'm not done with that part, so it's
I
there.
can see the 0, but I can't really see the 2. The 2s. Yeah. So we hope you enjoyed this past hour and a half, hour 40 minutes that you spent with us. Thank you so much for joining us. If you're joining us live, thank you for hanging out with us. If you're watching a recording of this session on Instagram or on YouTube, we're glad that you watched this video and we got to hang out with you. Last reminder, if you'd like to tag us on Instagram at 745rivers. Debbie is tangled.pursuits. I'm halfpen_rodraw. And Susan Yo probably will be joining us next week. SusanYo.czt, that's where you can find her. Please post your tiles in the 7F5R Challenge Facebook group. You can find it via this link. And if you're posting on Instagram, do use the hashtag FYIC2022. Yeah, we'll be live streaming again next week, Wednesday, 2:45 p.m. Singapore. Yeah, and we'll be
doing the
second
week
week.
2 fragments.
Yeah. So we hope
come
you'll join
with your
us.
tile or bring your. Well, you can use the reticular inside the handout, and then you don't have to think so much. I might do that, Right.
Just take the page and don't need to think.
Yeah, man. Well, I basically thought the entire.
I'm very
Yeah.
content today. Well, it's not. I didn't mean it like on purpose. I didn't know they would like teach so much. Because I thought it's just not fragment. Here you go. Yeah. So for all those of you who want the cheat sheet, we use day 1, day 4, and day 7's fragment. And then the string that we
You can
use
actually
was
find
2022.
the handout if you click on. I think it's easier to just click through if you're on Instagram. So if you are on Instagram and you're clicking through my profile, just go to the cake link. I think it's the first button. It should be sort of like jumping out at you because that's how I configured it to sort of like wobble so that you see it. Yeah.
Well, I'll also be
wait for it to load though.
Yeah, I'll also be posting a link to FYIC's blog post underneath this video. So if you want to go through, click through, you can always look in the
They might not be
description
able
box.
to click through.
Yeah. Well,
I think
745 Rivers also has a link tree.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, a tab link, pardon me. So you can also click through on there. Tangled.pursuits, that's Debbie's account has a cake link that's clickable on her profile. Yeah, so either way, you can always find it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
thank
it's
you so
easier
much.
just to click through. Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
But give
Thank you
it
so much.
some time to load because it's
It's
kind
a
of
very
a
big
very large
file.
file.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've already had like many complaints that it's not
Poor thing.
loading, you know, or they can't download it. But
Blame
it
the
actually is
internet.
it's just taking more time to load, that's all. And of course some people say I can download the Inktober but I cannot download this one, and I'm
Poor
like,
thing.
it's a different file. It's a different file, it's a different file size, it's a different challenge.
Poor
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
thanks for watching and listening to our banter.
Nonsense.
And yeah. And let's pray that Susan Yeo joins us next week, or else
Yeah.
she's stuck with us.
Yeah, it's okay.
Well, we take the opportunity to wish everyone a very happy 2022. Yeah, I hope you have started off well.
Well,
Well,
and not Zach. And not Dreamdex.
hey.
Dream sex.
Goodness me.
Yeah.
Well, if you're just joining us and you don't know what the puns are about, you need to listen to the replay.
Yeah.
Because I'm not going to repeat them again. At least not the autocorrect ones. Yeah. Okay. Ciao.
We'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.